crazy, and then it stops. The light in the bedroom that looks like the ceiling light, it just turns off and on automatically. And while we're in bed and nobody's anywhere near the light switch, we have a little hair dryer that turns off and on, and we find it kind of weird. And the thing that bothered us the most is that in my daughter's bedroom at different times, she has seen hangers fly off the area where you have just the hangers themselves, and fly across the room and land on the bed. Mm-hmm. And I've experienced that myself. It just whizzed right by my head. And we didn't tell each other until maybe a few weeks down the road, and we looked at each other and said, wow, that's weird. I just want to know what I can do and to find out what it is or who it is and get rid of it maybe.
Well, you got to watch with dabbling, but start taking some pictures, especially in the areas where you get a lot of the activity. You saw tonight on tonight's show, I get pictures. You know, I'm not a genius. Anybody with a camera, I just use just your basic digital camera, 12 megapixels. Try taking some pictures, especially at nighttime. For some reason, spirit's more active in the nighttime. And see if you get some photos. You might get some photographic evidence. You can try doing a digital audio session just with a digital audio recorder. Ask a question to the air. Give a respectful pause for your unseen visitor to answer. That would be something to try, but there's possibilities are that you've got a ghost or a spirit, right. Or when you mentioned you've got a young girl, and when objects get thrown or maybe something jumps out of the dishwasher, that could be a sign of poltergeist-like activity, which is really caused by a human agent, which is usually a young person going through puberty.
Yeah, my daughter was 13 going on 14.
Okay, so now, girls are crazy, aren't they? I'm going to get a lot of calls on this one. But no, she's going now. Do you guys ever clash?
Sometimes.
Okay, do you find that maybe that time when you had the clothes hanger fly past you, would that have been during a time when you guys were clashing?
No, actually it wasn't.
Okay.
Not at that time.
So I'm leaning more towards you've got a ghost of some kind.
Okay.
Now, how do you deal with that? Be positive. Always be positive. If you want it cleared, I can get into a clearing. I don't have time to do that right now.
Okay.
But clearings anybody can do. I can help you by email or over the phone.
All right.
Now you do have a great energy worker in Milton, Julie Gambacorda. If you want to email me later, my email is thehauntclub@cogeco.ca, and you can even talk to them here. You can leave the producers your contact information, and I'll get back to you, and I can work with you over the phone even. Glenn, did you have any advice on this?
What I will say is that when you do feel this energy around you and you're feeling uncomfortable, just say out for them to leave. Is that they're making you feel really uncomfortable, and ask them to leave. Also with your pets, is that they can't differentiate. They see spirit the same as they do the human body. They said all animals do. But I will say that is that say out to whoever this is that ask them to leave. Is that be quite persistent on it, and you'll find that the energy will lift. Because
okay, that's great. Do you tell them in a firm voice?
Yes, in a very firm. Tell them is that get out of your energies, get out of your house. They're not welcome, and that just be persistent with it, because then this energy will leave. And that they do have a tendency to play a lot with electrical, and I have that problem a lot. That.
My stepson sometimes hears glasses rattling in his apartment, and he thinks that it might be his father trying to rattle the glasses, and we don't know that. But I'm a very open-minded person when it comes to spirits and things. So, anything could happen. But thank you for the tips. I do appreciate it.
Great. Or ask out what it is that they want. Just demand that what is it that they want. And that then out of the blue, that you will get an answer. But if they're quite forceful, just ask them to leave.
Yes, I think, but just for everybody's sake, so that these things don't start happening, I'm just going to ask them to leave.
Right.
Excellent. Thanks for calling.
Thank you for that information. Truly appreciate it.
Okay, night.
Good night.
Now, if people out there, we're wrapping up the show pretty soon. We're going to get to our caller in a minute, but feel free to contact us. Glenda's information is on the screen at the bottom there if you want to contact her. You can also find her on Facebook under Glenda Foster. That's how I remember you. And also, if you want to contact me, find me on Facebook under Cameron Bagg, B-A-G-G. And also I have my website, www.thehauntclub.ca. Contact us, and if you don't want to talk on TV, I get numerous contacts, emails, phone calls after the shows that I work on with people. And some aren't a quick fix. It takes a little bit of getting into, rolling up the sleeves. Now, I guess we have time for one more call, and we've got Tracy on the line.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, Tracy.
Great.
You have a question for
I have
Glenda?
rather unusual experiences, and I just wanted to see if either of you may be able to give me an answer to a specific matter. If I was to try to go into all the details of my experiences, we could probably write a book.
Wow.
There's a very unusual things that happen everywhere I go, and anyone who's with me tends to have similar experiences. It started when I had some loss in my family some years ago, and then most prevalently the loss of a very dear beloved dog of mine who passed away in October of 2007, and ever since he and my mother-in-law have passed, I've had some unbelievably strange occurrences, including recurring number that keep appearing in my day-to-day activities in the digits of 111. So coincidentally, everything from airline tickets that are booked to hotel rooms to the clock, the digital clock by my bed. I'm woken at the same time, usually every evening, at the same time. Just the strangest things, this same 111. Aside from that, I'm visiting family at this time from the United States, and my parents are in a historic home in Brockville. And we've had some rather unusual occurrences in the house, but they seem to be more prevalent when I come to visit. And in just the past 3 days, which would be the Sunday, the Monday, and the Tuesday, on all 3 evenings at approximately 1 to 1:11 to 1:20 in the morning, I'm getting woken because something is opening my bedroom door. And there's no one else in the home that would be doing that. It's very strange because they're old doors, old wood doors with the typical wrought iron latches. So when they click very securely into the hole. And I've woken up on 2 occasions, on the Tuesday and yesterday, Monday and the Tuesday, at both occasions I sat up immediately, and I literally watched the doors open about 3 to 4 inches. There's absolutely nobody there, no pets, no one. So I addressed this with my parents this morning, and in doing so, my mother was a little taken aback because she'd said that on the Sunday evening she awoke at 1:11 and came down the hall to use the washroom, which is right by my bedroom, and she actually had heard something walking through the adjacent hall, which runs into the front parlor. So we're a little taken aback as to what's happening. It seems to be going everywhere I go. There appears to be something or someone following me. Wondering if perhaps anybody had any advice for me, or if I should just accept it as it is and revel in the mystery of it all.
Well, like Glenda was saying earlier, if you're unhappy with it, if you're picking up, it's an unwanted feeling, you might want to command it to leave. In my case, what I do is I look at it as an opportunity to say, hey, what do you want? talk to me. And so you might, because you're having an increase in activity, you might have some spiritual abilities opening up. Myself, I get the 111 thing all the time. I usually get 1111 at night or 111. Yeah, that's very common with me. And I like to think of it, I'm a little bit more aware these days than I have been in the past. But I would say look at it as an opportunity. Next time that it happens to you, sit up in bed and ask it, what do you want? Like Glenda has even said earlier, use it as a learning experience. But also, I got to throw it out that I'm coming out to Brockville probably in the next few weeks to do a few investigations. And you have another ghost group out there with a gentleman, Tom. I forget the name of his association, but I'm going to be working with Tom and his ghost group out in the Brockville area. So if you want to contact me and see about, even I'll swing by your place, take some pictures, see if we can get some information, be glad to do that.
With the 111, it's the sign that they're saying, letting you know that your guardians, your guides are with you. That's what the 111 stands for. And then also with your dog, what happens a lot of time with our pets is that they choose to stay as your familiar, that as a guardian to you as well. That's why your door is opening a lot, and that I know it might seem weird, but call out that you'll be more aware of now that with your dog is that different things that she used to do, the sounds that your dog used to make, that's definitely what's going on. And then also with your mother-in-law, because sometimes is that whatever thought it is that comes to you.
We're going to wrap, Glenda.
Sure.
Sorry.
Perfect.
Sorry to cut you off there, but
that's
I
great.
wanted to thank you for coming on the show.
I thank you so much for having me.
And we'll have to have you back again because we didn't get into half the stuff again.
That's great.
But I want to just remind our viewers, next week is our last show of the season, and we're also going to be showing the Lochside Trading Company investigation we did, and you were our investigator also. You were our psychic energy worker, and so we'll be showing that next week, part 2. And so please look forward to that. And in the meantime, keep watching Hauntline. Email us, phone us, whatever it takes. If you're not comfortable talking on air, you'll find a way. We'll talk to you next week.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
TV Cogeco's presentation of Hauntline with Cameron Bagg is brought to you by Moving Media.
Unique to Canada, the endangered Atlantic whitefish is found only in one watershed, near Bridgewater in Nova Scotia.
A watershed is kind of like this upside-down umbrella. Precipitation gathers in one spot from streams, lakes, and rivers.
While we have much to learn about the Atlantic whitefish, we do know that acid rain, habitat changes, and the introduction of exotic fish species have all contributed to its decline. But there is good news. Maintaining a clean water supply to Bridgewater also helps protect habitat.
Atlantic whitefish and other aquatic creatures benefit from clean water, just like people.
We can help protect the watersheds we all depend on by using less water and properly disposing of household chemicals. And that's just a start.
To find out more about the Atlantic whitefish and other wildlife, visit hww.ca.